welcome to today's stream. We get to do a Qodec puzzle, a 5-star Qodec puzzle. So this could be the whole stream. Don't know yet. But this puzzle was most voted for today. It was voted for by David, Russ, Tallcat, Luda, and Chef of Death. So thank you all for your support. We have what looked like it was going to be a Windoku, but it's not actually a Windoku. It's actually an irregular. So there's actually nine regions, and then we have our killer cages. So we know the sum of these assorted things. Oops. I do know one thing that is true both in irregular and in that's true in Windoku, that's useful, is that these are a sort of like bonus extra region, and same for any of the rotations. So that is still something that we can use should we at some point decide that that is useful. Okay, so this is from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that one definitely has a 9. This one is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and definitely has a 1. This concludes the list of things that I know. This is also a set of the digits 1 through 9. If I actually put 9 digits in it. Because this is just take these 3 rows and then subtract 2 of the other extra region that I mentioned. It's so tempting when you see this 40 to just fill in a 5 here. Like, what are the odds this is a 5? I feel like the odds are pretty good this is a 5. The 7 cells were not a set of the digits 1 through 9. Maybe if they try hard enough. Oh, this is a 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm willing to put that in. The 5 in this region is over here. Hey, Nell, how are you doing? By the way, most recently, just as a preview for people who watch the Let's Plays, I have been doing a Let's Play of Artisans of Glymph, and it is fantastic. So you can look forward, if you enjoy that kind of thing, to some good old-fashioned thing. I enjoyed it so much that I recorded like 10 hours of it over a 2-day period. I am noticing that this digit shows up in one of these 4 cells, which means it looks kind of askance at this set of digits, but not quite maybe in a useful way. I'm puzzled by AFK's point, because AFK is saying this has to appear in a... Oh, no, it's this one. Sorry, that one. That's not row 2, column 6. That's the problem. So this digit has to show up in row 1. It's certainly not in any of these cells. So, like, I can color these as being assuredly 3 different flavors of 10 cage. Oh, it's being claimed that these three cells sum to 16. Doesn't that not work if there's a 5 in this cage? Stupid 5s, I know. I mean, my guess is that it had. My guess from the beginning has been that we're trying to prove there is a 5 in this cage, but I have not gotten there yet. But like the 5 is either in the 9 cage or it isn't, I suppose. If the 5 isn't in the 9 cage, then I guess we know that these two cells are 2, 5. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't do that math right. That's not, those two don't sum to 7. Oh, we know where the yellow digits go in this region. Let's make this easier. This region needs to have the yellow digits in it, and the yellow digits aren't purple, so the yellow digits definitely go there. We have a deduction. That's got to be helpful. Oh, AFK says that's wrong. Oh, there's a stupid row 2 column 5. Oh no, I thought this was in this region, but no, this is in this region. Very sad. Well, if I make this region instead, maybe I can convince Qodec to change the puzzle. Well, I at least know this cage isn't yellow, because at least one of these two is yellow. So this cage is either pink, purple, or orange. So we have a deduction. Can we do better than it's not pink, purple, or that it's pink, purple, or orange? That's true. That's true. Selena points out this digit goes in one of these 3 cells. And therefore it's not in the 22 cage. So therefore it's not a 9. So therefore this isn't a 6. And now if there's not a 5 in this 22 cage, that forces these to be like from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that basically gets us a collection of every flavor. If this goes here, then we definitely need a 5 down there. Yeah, this has 2 or 3 of the 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. AFK wants me to do this business of yeah, that and that. And this. So this is an exotic set of the digits 1 through 9, and these and so these 3 digits over here in the 8 cage, they're the same as these 3 digits And so these are only from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's definitely not a 5. So this is a 6, 7, 8, 9. I will accept this as canon. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9's there. Oh, and I know this one isn't a 5 because this cage doesn't have a 5 in it. That feels useful. Oh, so this digit's a 5. We get a digit. In the most bizarre way possible. Oh no, sorry, we don't, because we don't know that we don't know that this 8 cage has a 5 in it. Spoiler, it's gonna have a 5 in it, but we don't know that yet. But just from looking at the puzzle, the point must be that this needs to have a 5 and this needs to be a 5, or it needs to have a 5, or something is wrong with the universe. That's my guess, is I think we need to put 5s in every cage that could possibly have a 5, or we're going to break the flavors of 10 law. Okay. We can't pin links anymore, Nell, because the link pins at the bottom, and it makes us too annoyed. Hey, Laura. Yeah, it has been like 2 weeks because our internet was being so funky last time. So this pink 6, 7, 8, 9 is either in this cage or it's here. If it's here, that's really sort of, it forces a lot of things. Oh, I don't think this cage can be orange, can it? Oh, I guess it can if the orange digits are exactly these. Let's see, Selena wants me to look at... Well, Selena wants AFK to look at the law of leftovers on the last 2 cells. Our last 4 columns. Right. So what this is saying is that these 3 cells are the same as these 3 cells, and these cells need to have that. So these 2 cells need to be the 6, 7, 8, 9 here. And we also learned that this cell isn't a 5. Which gets us really close to having something going on in this row. I guess we could have done that way more easily. Because these 2, we could just ask where these 2 go in the X, and these 2 in the X just had to go there, and then you don't have to say anything about the law of leftovers. Well, one of them is pink, right? Oh, row 9, column 6 is pink. That's true. This one's definitely pink. Because it's that digit. Okay, so that makes the... Oh, no, it does not make this not pink. Yeah, one of these is the high pink. I can remember that every digit except 5 shows up in this 40 cage, so I can do weird things like the purple 10 needs to show up somewhere in here, for example. I don't know that that's presently useful, but it has the benefit of being true. Yeah, maybe we can do this in the first 4 rows and maybe something will happen. Although that previous one wasn't really a law of leftovers deduction, so maybe we should be looking at the X instead of the law of leftovers. Yeah, so this gets us that these 3 are these 3, so these are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that one's not a 5. Let's see, and if we do it with the bottom 4 rows, is something magical going to happen? It tells us that these 3 are the same as these 3, which is not immediately helpful. I do agree this one's not a 5. Oh, right. This is low. Weird Ambrose. YouTube be YouTube, I guess. So again, if this isn't a 5, then we have our 6, 7, 8, 9 for the column. Hey, Isabella, how are you doing? I've been seeing you've been slowly clearing your zetamath backlog of puzzles over on LMDB. It's not LMDB. Oh, it's just LMD, isn't it? There we go. I was close. Very close. Watching volleyball and solving Zeta puzzles. Excellent, excellent. Internet movie database. Yes, exactly. All of this is so close to saying something interesting. Like, dangerously so. Am I supposed to ask about, like, where 5 is in row 5 and column 5 simultaneously or something? Oh, that's... Okay, so if there's a 5 in this cage, it's here. Otherwise, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's kind of interesting because if there is a 5 in this cage, the 5 goes exactly there in the X. Which seems to be under some amount of pressure. Is there some way we can get that this digit specifically isn't 5? I think if we knew that this digit wasn't 5, I think we would know what we were doing. There is no magical, this digit was in the same collection of digits as something, 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 I don't think, right? Yeah, it's like these 3... It's these 3 are... Wait. I did not do that right. It's these 3 are these 3. There we go. Ah. So if this digit is a 5, that digit is a 5. But we just said if there's a 5 in this cage, that digit's a 5. So I think we just proved there isn't a 5 something something something. We proved something about 5s. Uh okay, we can do Selena's point more easily. We'll do that. This is a pink 1 2 3 4. Uh so now we know the purple 1 2 3 4 is over here. Hugely helpful, I know. Yes, we proved 5 isn't in both cages. That is true. That is what we proved. So yeah, so this isn't pink. So this is yellow, orange, or purple. And this can only be yellow if it's the high yellow. And I guess also this tells us that if this digit is a 5, then neither of these cages has a 5. Which feels catastrophic, but maybe not true. Low pink does go in the 20 cage. Low pink in row 5 is over here. Oh, it's exactly there, isn't it? No, it's not exactly there. But it's over in this region. Right. It's not this by the extra region. Right. Yeah, true. Yes. Remember this Windoku region, these are a set of the digits 1 through 9, which I'd said at the very beginning and completely forgotten. But that does mean this cell's not pink. So this cell, in fact, is pink. So these are a pink-pink pair. So they're not orange and they're not purple. And we now know one of these two is pink. I mean, I guess we already knew one of these two was pink. Uh, this cage might be like the most cursed cage that the world has ever seen. There is some argument for it. Sweat already getting less cold. Excellent, excellent. I just proved there's not a pink 6, 7, 8, 9 in this 9 cage by using the Windoku region, so I hope you're proud of me. Let's see. Oh, that's a cute idea. We can now use the extra 9 cell region to prove that none of these other digits are pink 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that useful? I don't think it's useful. This can still be high pink, though, right? Oh, actually, sorry. No, you're right. Where does high pink go in this region is Selena's question. It doesn't go in any of these by the Windoku nonsense. It doesn't go in any of these by Sudoku. And one of these choose pink, so it's not any of these. So this is the high pink. So it's not 5, which I wanted to know at some point for some reason. I'm sure there was a good reason for it. But I did want to know it at one point or another. It probably concerned... Did it concern this business? I don't think so, actually. No. This is neither pink nor yellow, so it's purple or orange. Yeah, we know there's a high pink down here. Okay, high pink in the 40 cage. Yeah, high pink in the 40 cage is there. Very good. Thank you, Idenzer. Okay, so now high pink is also in the 20 cage. So the 20 cage has both high pink and low pink, so it has another color pair in it. So the other 2 digits are the same color. So in particular, 5 is not in the 20 cage. So 5 is in one of these 3 cells in this box. I'm not sure anyone is quite as obsessed with 5s in this puzzle as I am, but we'll go with it. Oh, it's pink, pink, purple, purple? Yes, because if purple is in these 6 cells, if purple isn't in the 20 cage, then both of these are purple, and that doesn't work. So these are all pink and purple, which means this is... That's not pink. Which means this cage isn't purple. It's yellow or orange. This digit is down here with the 5. That was very clever. The 2 digits that sum to 10 are together in the 20 cage. I was like looking at the puzzle just at the start. I was like, why on earth is there a 20 cage here? That is the most random total that's going to do something horrible, but it did something like chef's kiss beautiful once you actually understood why it was there. At most, one of these is orange. This purple digit is now over down here somewhere. Let's see. Edenzor says these are the same digit, and I agree that's true because this digit needs to appear in column 5, and it's not pink. So yeah, so this digit is that digit. We can green circle them. Oh, we can remove 9. That's fair game. I could give 2 different arguments that we could remove 9 even. I'm trying to chase down this in row 6. Oh, yeah. If this is purple, we need to put it in row 6. And we actually know that none of the digits in row 6 are purple, are that purple, right? Because those are both yellow. These are not purple. That's not purple. So yeah, so this isn't purple. This is orange. Which means that this is yellow. We found orange. It's true. Orange has been colored this whole time, but has not gotten to have its own I said something about this being yellow 10 minutes ago. Excellent, excellent. Oh, right. The answer is that this cell's yellow, right? Because, oh no. Yeah, this has to, right. Where does this go? Right. These cells we know aren't yellow. These aren't yellow. So in fact, this digit goes there, which means this is the circly yellow. This is the 6, 7, 8, and we don't need circle anymore. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so where is yellow 6, 7, 8 in this whole... Oh, 2, 3, 4 has been requested. 2, 3, 4. Yellow 6, 7, 8 is one of these. These are 5, 6, 7, 8. So these aren't yellow 6, 7, 8. These aren't yellow 6, 7, 8. That's not yellow 6, 7, 8. That means one of these two is yellow 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's not that one either. Right? This is just yellow 6, 7, 8. Oh, right. My statement was not correct, except that the consequence of it is correct, right? These aren't yellow 678. These aren't yellow 678. One of these two is yellow 678. So those aren't yellow 678. That's not yellow 678. That still is yellow 678. I think that's true. Ah, yes, this sees yellow, pink, and orange, and it's not 5, so it's purple, says AFK. Very good. This sees every yellow, every purple, every pink, and 5. So therefore it is indeed a naked row 7, column 2. Yes, I agree. This is that cell. Last purple in row 6 is there. Yes, very good. And now we get that this digit is a 5. Da, 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 da. We'll bring out Zach for the 5 dance. Boop a doop. Woo! Boop a doop. Whoa! Boop a doop. Wee! Ba doop boo doop ba doop boo doop boo doop boo boo doop boo. Waha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. First digit is a 5. 5 is now placed in column 6 here. Meaning this isn't a 5. Meaning this is actually a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. So these are purple-orange. Yes, this is placed in column 6 there. Very good, smart spotting. Yeah, where's low yellow in column 7? Not in any of these cells, and so only there. Thank you, Eden, sir. Ah, yes, we can remove the green line that represents high yellow being in one of those cells, because now we can just know that high yellow is in one of those 2 cells. This cell sees the high yellow, pink, and orange, but we don't know that it's not purple. Cursed flavor. So an orange and a high yellow. Yeah, I guess the 5 is in one of these 3 cells in this extra region. I mean, it gives us a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, so it certainly tells us that these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do feel vaguely like we said something about that, yes, but I don't know what it was. It was a while ago. If there's a 5 in this cage, it makes that 5. And if there's a 5 in this cage, it makes that 5. Right. These two see the entire 8 cage in a bizarre, inhuman way. So they're not 1. I agree with that, because they see these 2 cells and pink, which collectively have a 1 in them. Very, very cute spot to AFK. Let's see. Row 6 through 9, law of leftovers. So these 3 digits are these 3 digits. And therefore this 2, 3, 4, 5 goes there. We can condiment it. 1 second, I'll be right back. Fear not, I have returned. Oh no, what was the song title? I guess we know that green is in one of these cells. The song title was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in row 5. That is a very good title. Yeah, so that is a quintuple, so these aren't 5. And so therefore, we know that these are 6, 8, 9. No, 5, 8. No, yeah. Sorry, 6, 7, 9. I got it. I got it eventually. Okay, so that actually tells us what flavor yellow is. Which is that yellow is 2, 8. So 8, 8, 2, 8, 8, 2, 2. Very very nice. This is a very slick, if very cursed, puzzle. Wait, did I cheat there? No, this is all of these C8. So this is a 7, fun fact. Not a 2, not a 2. Not a 2, not a 2. Not 2s. Not 8 or 2. Not 2. Oh, we do know now there's a 2 in one of these 2 cells looking down. Yes. These 3 add to 8, so these 2 add to 7. And therefore, this one isn't 5, is D-Web's point. And therefore, that makes that... Oh, that doesn't quite make that the 5 for the row. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to not have this be 5. I didn't think it was going to be 5, even though it really wants to be 5 at the beginning. If there's no 5 in this, this is an orange-purple cage. Hey, Glower Kid. This is not 5. Ah, yes, this isn't 5 because it would make these involve a 2. Oops. Which they can't. And so now that almost places 5 in the column, but we could still have 5 there or 5 there, I think. Oh, 8 in the top right Windoku. Yes, is there. I agree. Yeah, this is 3, 6 or 4, 5. Is that 5? That's not 4. That does make pink not 4, 6 because it would break both of them. I agree with Matt Laffey. So one of these two is 6. Oh, these are orange-purple because they're high. Oh, and we even know which one is orange because of that. So that's purple and that's orange. Chat walked me there very, very slowly, but with effort of many of you, you successfully got me to identify that these were orange and purple, and I knew which order they were in, so good job. Persistence pays off and such. Means that one of these cells is high orange. So either high orange is 6 or that one is high orange. Both of which seem plausible. Okay, high orange is in one of these cells. So it's in one of these cells, so it is in the 9 cage. I agree. So yeah, high orange is definitely in the 9 cage if you chase it hard enough. And so that means that high orange is 6. Which makes this a 3-6 cage. So these are 4, 6. Very good chasing. Oh, this is also 4, 6. Ah, this 3, 6 looks at this, so that makes pink 1, 9. Very good. Which makes this 3, 7. In some as of yet undisclosed order. So these are 1, 9, 3, and 7. So there's a 4, 5 pair left in the row has been called. And then 2, 4, 5 left in this region. Oh, in particular, this digit's not 3 anymore, right? Because this digit definitely goes in one of these cells and none of them are 3. So green circle is only 4 or 5. I can label that these are 3, 7. Oh, apparently this one sees a 7. Ah, yes, because I didn't mark that that was purple. So this is orange. And is a 4. So that's a 6. That's purple. So this was 5. Okay, so that's a 3 or a 4, so that makes that a 3 or a 4, because that's how 8 cages work, which makes this a 2. Yeah, this has been a lovely, this is a very clearly and intentionally crafted little journey through this. Yeah, the Selena spotting that something was placed in this cage was really vital to getting things rolling. Let's see, what are these? I guess Mark probably knows. Those are 4, 8. What about these? These are a 2, 9 pair, apparently, so that makes that a 5 and a 6, so it's orange. 3 and 4 in column 1 go over here, so that's a 5. Makes that a 4, 2, 5. Makes that a 9, 2. Oh, like solving this on paper, you mean, Qodec? Or sorry, you mean Playmaker 3, 7 makes that a 6, which is orange. And I know these are both purple. This is a 4, which is orange. So this is purple and orange. Yellow and orange. We'll just slowly fill in digits until everything gives in. This is a 5, 8, 9 triple, so that makes that a 7. Which makes this a 2. These are the 1, 9, so those are both pink. makes both of these purple. I wonder if I was supposed to know earlier that these were the two pinks and these were the two purples. I don't think so. Let's see. This is yellow, pink, yellow, orange. 825. I'm being told Mark knows that this is an 8. These are a 1-9. Also pink and that yellow. Okay, and I think we can mark the rest of the grid now, and it'll probably fill in. Okay, so this is orange and pink and yellow, purple, orange, pink, purple, pink, orange. We want to give 5s black. We can give 5s black. That is acceptable. Let's see. Okay, so that is a 1, a 4. Oh, one more black. This made this a 5 and a 3 and a 1. And a 1. This is a 7, so it's purple, which makes this a 6, so it's orange, which makes that purple. This is orange, and this is pink. And voila, a lovely puzzle there from Qodec. Quite enjoyed that. Glad to have chat to help. As always, having chat help is very appropriate. But thank you, everyone. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up something without pausing the stream. Let's see. That looks. Let's see. We'll stick on theme. We'll do a math pesto with large cages. So let us have a look at this. Okay, this is an 8-cell cage. I see that these two are the same digit by magic of this digit has to go in this cage somewhere. And so now this is the same digit as that. Maybe they deserve colors. I don't know whether this is going to be a puzzle where I'm going to want them to have colors or want them to have things or whatever. We'll see. Maybe we'll get to do both. Who knows? That's blue. Oh, we've got sort of like striping over here. Ah, right. So this digit is known because it's the digit that isn't in a 38 cage, right? Because now we've sort of mapped the two digits from the 38 cage in here. So that is a 7. And we can bring out Zach for the 7 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Oh yeah, this 29 cage is missing digits summing to 16. And it's missing 2 digits summing to 16. So Eden Zer's point is these are always a 7-9. And therefore, by roping, since these 3 digits are these 3 digits are these 3 digits, I'm going to put that in very temporarily. That tells me that 7 and 9 go up here somewhere and go in here somewhere. Then I'll get rid of the red business. Blue isn't 7. If this digit is a 7 or a 9, it's that digit. So this digit's never a 7, funnily enough, because if this digit was a 7, that's a very key deduction. If this digit was a 7, there would be a second 7 in the 38 cage. So therefore, my 30 cage, which is missing 2 digits that sum to 15, is not missing 7, so it's not missing 8 either. So it's missing 6 and 9. So therefore, the 9 disappears from there, and this is a 9, which then places the 9 there. Excellent, excellent. So 9 was in fact blue the whole time. That was beautiful. I was like, this feels like a weird deduction, but it turned out it was totally the intended deduction. Okay. This cage is missing 1 and 2, by the way. So 1 and 2 are definitely in here, which puts the 1 and 2 in here for what it's worth. Yeah, this 33 cage is how many digits? This is 7 digits. So it's missing 2 digits that sum to 12. And it's these 2 digits. And so people are saying these 2 digits sum to 12, and therefore they have to be 4, 8, because that's the only way of summing to 12 that doesn't involve a 7 or a 9. That's very cute. Which then just makes this a 7 by sudoku. Makes that a 7. Two, three, four, five, six, 7. This is a 7-cell cage. So it is missing 2 digits sum to 9. 7 is one of them, and so therefore it's also missing a 2. So these are from 2, 4, 8, and one of them is definitely a 2. Let's see, this is a 7-cell cage that is missing 2 digits that sum to 10. I don't think I know what those 2 digits are yet, but I know there's an 8 in it somewhere. Let's see, this 38 cage is missing 2 digits that sum to 7. Yeah, so that's not immediately revelatory, I fear. Oh, this is only missing a 5. So this is an 8-cell cage. AFK would like me to note that therefore these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the 40 cage needs a 2, and the 2's over here. which does give us a Zackwing on 2s, which knocks 2 out of there. So 2's here, 2 here is actually horizontal. And we know there's a 4-8 in one of these cells because of the 4-8 works exactly the same way. We just don't know which 4-8 it is. Let's see, this is a 32, so it's missing 2 digits that add to 13. Yeah, this 30 cage we know has 7, 8, so it's missing 6 and 9. Yeah, we inferred that sort of the backwards way, but DWeb is reminding us there's no 6 in here, so the 6 is somewhere else. Yeah, 7 in box 5 is certainly in one of these cells, which I guess is being suggested because it places the 7 here, because we've got our aligning 7s here, so that's a 7. 9 is also here, and remember this is missing 2 digits that sum to 13, so it's missing a 5 and an 8, or the digits that are elsewhere in this cage. Because there's a 7 corner marked over here that rules it out of these cells. You have to look at the sneaky corner mark over here. 3 and 7 are what's missing from here. Certainly means there's a 7 in these cells, which means that the 7 is in these cells exactly. And row 8 and 9 of column 1 actually have an 8. What does that connect to? We know there's an 8 in the cage now. Oh, right. The 32 cage doesn't have an 8. This digit is that digit. I agree with that. There we go. 8 in column 3 is the point, because those aren't 8, these aren't 8. And so, therefore, the 8 in column 3 is in one of these cells, and all 4 of those cells see both of these two, is the point. So, those are a 2-4 pair, which makes that an 8. I see. Let's see. Hey, Tall Cat, by the way. How have you been? Haven't seen you in a bit. Although I guess I couldn't stream last week because of internet, so I haven't seen anyone in a bit. So one of these 3 cells is an 8. I've only seen short cats recently, that's true. This digit is definitely that digit. This cage needs a 9, and it's over here. Very good. Yeah, there's a 4 in here. Oh, there's a 4 in one of these two cells exactly, even. Because we can't repeat 4 within the cage. So one of these two is a 4. Uh, uh, it can't be here. Very nice. Because if this was a 4, the point is I know that's not a 4. And so then suddenly I'm forced to repeat a 4 inside this cage. So yeah, so 4 goes there. Very good. 9 in the 40 cage is one of these 78 cells, I think. Perhaps you know something about 9 in this column that I didn't. Yeah, the fact that these two are the same, I was debating, but I realized I couldn't color it green, and then I was like, what am I going to do? I guess I can give it a color. It can be pink. There we go. I was debating how I was going to mark that, but I can give it a color, and it'll be fine. Funnily enough, I could have given this a color too, but I can't give them both colors because I don't know that pink isn't 2. Couldn't 9 go in that cell too? It's true. Pink is from 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 because it sees 7, 9 on this side and 8 on this side. I also miss link pinning. Perhaps at some point we'll accept pinning the link at the bottom, but it's so frustrating. It makes my scanning chat way more annoying. I don't know where 9 in the 35 cage is. Someone sees something about 9 in the 35 cage that I don't see yet. 2 in box 4 is here. There we go. That is a good, clean, easy deduction. So therefore, oh wait, sorry, no, that wasn't true. It was clean, except it's not true. 2 could be pink. I don't know that pink isn't 2. Oh, I do know that pink isn't 2. Because pink is in a cage with a 2. There we go. Okay, so that does actually work. There we go. I think that's the piece that I was missing that other people saw. So now 9 is just here by pencil mark. Knocks 9 out of those. Math Pesto wouldn't make me do whole grid Audi math, would he? Or would they? I don't think they would do that to me. Let's see. So got right. missing digit from this, or the missing digits are 3 and 7, so pink isn't 3. I agree with that. Pink is not 7, 8, 9, so the pink in column 1 has to go there. I agree with that. So this can be upgraded to a color. Right. These are also 1, 5, 6. I agree with that because they're everything. This cage needs everything except 3, 7. And so the 1, 5, 6 are the things that are left. So I agree that's a triple. So we can fill in this to make a quad. These are 3, 7, 8, 9. That's not a 7. Which makes these everything except 5 and 3, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 4, and 6. In particular, the 1 is down here in this row, so that's not a 1. That is true. That's a quad where the 3 is down here, so that's not a 3. AFK points out that gives us an 8, 9 pair in this column. So yeah, these two are equal. I don't think I'm marking that, but it's true. I wasn't sure I was going to mark this random quad, but AFK has done it for me in chat, so I'm just going to steal it, and then I don't have to debate whether it's worth my time or not, because it was worth AFK's time to do. Let's see. There's a 3 floating in these. I was genuinely debating whether to do it or not, but then AFK did it for me, so I was happy to take it. Didn't we say this cage was missing 5, 8? I feel like we said this cage was missing 5, 8. Yeah, it's definitely missing 5, 8, right? So pink was never going to be 5. And in particular, that means 5 and 8 exist up here, and so does 4, so that makes these 4, 5, 8. And 2 is down here in this box, Tall Cat points out, which then tells me that's not 2, which places the 2 up here. Oh, wow. Yeah, green 2, 4 in this column is not there because of the 2 and the 4 looking at it, so it's uniquely there. That is a great spot to M. Horner books. We know that these 3 digits are these 3 digits are these 3 digits, just to put the roping back for a second. And so now we know the 2 is over here in this box. And hence that is not a 2, so that is. Agree. I'm assuming that MathPesto did not desire me to leave the roping coloring in because these are in the last 3 columns rather than the first 3 columns. And also this is at the lower right, which is why I have only occasionally put the roping in to use it. Oh, this is a quadruple of 1, 2, 4, 6. If we care about that sort of thing. So these are. So one of these two is a 5. Oh yeah, this 30 cage we know is now it's missing 6, 9, so it needs a 1, it needs a 3, it's got a 4, 5, it needs a 6 and a 7. Sorry, not a 6. And then it's got an 8 and it doesn't need a 9. Right. Yeah, there we go. Luna actually did that for me, and then I didn't notice until after I had done it. Luna accidentally typed 6 just like me. Well, you know, the great minds think alike, right? Do I know this cell isn't 6 somehow? Right. There's a 3 over here, so that actually snaps back to place a 3 here. Oh, and we can just repeat the same argument. Where does 1 go in row 4 now? Because of the 1 there. So now pink is 1. Just like it was in the last puzzle. Perhaps Qodec and MathPesto have been colluding to make pink 1s a thing in puzzles. That rules 1 out of there and makes that a 1, which makes that a 1. Makes those a 3, 7, which I seem to recall in the last puzzle were purple, so maybe it will solve better if we fill those in as purple. This digit seems to be known. Well, Noah Bull. I think it's a 6. And these two, I seem to recall summed to 7. So without repeating it, I'm just going to delete 1 from these as well. So the 1 seems to go there by sudoku. 6 seems to go over there. I was trying to figure out which one was box 3 to place the 1 in it, but sadly did not quite work. These are a 1-3 pair just by the good old sudoku times. Let's see. 3 in this row is over here because it's not there. Because of that 3-7 pair looking up. Yeah, the 29 cage needs a 3, and 3 sees every cell in this except this 3-7 pair sees every cell in the 29 cage except that one. Which then places a 3 there, which gives me the 1 and the 3. Or J40 proposed doing it by the roping, but that wasn't even actually even necessary in this case. We could do it less fancy. 4, 6, 8. Although I guess it's always a matter of taste, what level or what you consider the least fancy way to do something. No 3 over there. These seem to be a pair of something. Now I will use the roping because it's 4 and 8. And this seems to be a 5. These seem to be a 4, 6, 8. So therefore, they're all 4, 6, and 8. The world's SEST S cell. Okay, however, there was a 1, 2, 4, 6 quadruple in this row, so this is an 8. So that gives me the 9, 8, 9, 7, 9, 3 over here. This has been quite lovely. And I so far haven't had to do the outie math, which is what I most appreciate about this puzzle. So this is a 6 and a 5. But you're failing to take into account that I don't want to. 4 and a 6. So those are a 7, 9 pair, which seems to make that an 8 and a 7. Seems to make this a 2 or a 3, but there's no 2 in this cage at all, so it's a 3. Seems to make that a 3. This is a 2, 4 pair, so that is a 6 and a 4. That is a 5 and a 6. That is a 5. So this isn't a 5, so that's not a 5. 3 in box 5, I'm being assured, is placed here, which gives me the 7 and the 3 over there. I probably know what these two are, or I should say Mark knows what they are, which makes these 2, 7. Yes, this is now a quadruple, so that makes that an 8. Very good, which then makes the yellows 4s, which makes the greens 2s. And then we can hit the Sven button and the Mark button and the Sven button, and then everything is done. That was very lovely. I quite enjoyed that as a adventure in large cages. Appropriately titled puzzle. I am going to take a quick break and stretch, and I'll be right back with another puzzle. So see everyone in just a moment. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I spent a bit of time trying to get a 14 by 14 star battle to render on screen and gave up because I could not get it to look good on stream. So we're going to do the next best thing, a chaos construction by Michael Lefkowitz, aka Juggler. So we have to divide the grid into orthogonally connected regions and place the digits 1 through 8, because note this is an 8 by 8 grid, you see, and every row, column, and region. A digit on an arrow indicates the number of region boundaries in the indicated direction. Each arrow is an independent clue. So one of these has 8. Including the grid edge. So this is a 1 or a 2. Because of the fact that there's either these two are in the same region or not. We don't quite know. This is a 1 or a 2. This is like a series of white dots if you look at it, because they have to be different. Oh, and in fact, that does actually let me... I need to put this on bordered, by the way. There need to be lines here, here, and here, or we've repeated digits. Which is the sort of thing that feels like it might be useful, but I'm not sure that it actually is. Oh, column 7, we have that pattern again, where we get that those two have to be separate. So one of these regions is an entire column. It's not one of these, because one of these is a 1, and it's only counting the border. Oh, this is also a 1, 2. If this is a 1, that doesn't work. Because if this is a 1, that's saying that this is all one region. And that would create a region which would have minimum size 10. So in fact, our first digit is that this is a 2. So let us bring out Zach for the 2 dance. Boop, boop, doop, dooka, dooka, dooka. Ba-doop, ba-doop, dooka, dooka, dooka. Ba-doop, boo-doop, ba-doop, boo-doop, 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 boo. Waha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Oh, why only one border in column 7? Because I didn't notice that this repeated. Is the answer. I didn't see that this continued. I just was like, I was just looking for that pattern and it went away because that was slightly different, but what are you going to do? That 2 does indeed place a boundary here. Okay, so I'm being encouraged to note that one of these 8 cells is an 8. It's certainly not one of these. It can't be this one, and indeed, more generally, it can't be one that has an arrow pointing at it, because that arrow pointing at it would also be a 1, so it's neither of those. So the 1 in the bottom row is only in one of these spots. It's not there because of what I said earlier. I mean, or alternatively, this one's at least a 3 if you want, because there's a 2 there. In fact, yeah, this one's at least a 3. This one is at least a 1, 2, 3, 4. These are both at least 4. I shouldn't put a 9 in there. I'm sure I could do better than that if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. This being 1 doesn't work because it has a 1 pointing away from it, right? If this is a 1, then these 2 would also be 1s, and that would be too many 1s. And yeah, same idea over here. If this was a 1, that would also be 1. So the one's actually placed. It's actually here. This is one region in particular. It's a bit of a shame we got this 2, but we've kind of ruined the beautiful step that got us the 2, because we could have gotten it this way. Which would have been less cool, just for the record. Right, this one we can max out. It sees 2 up here, so it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 is the biggest this could be, just because of the 2 up there. Agree. Because of the arrows in this column, we know this one's at least 3, right? This one's at least 1, 2, 3. We only know that one's at least 2. This one's also got to be at least 2, but that's not super helpful. This number and this number are different, and the only thing that differentiates them is this, Selena points out. So that number, that makes this one's 1 bigger than that one. And likewise, this one, same point. We can do that over here. Okay, so that makes these both not 4 now, because now they both see at least 5. These 2 arrows pointing at each other, we can repeat the same process. Points out J40. So we know there's a border in one of these 2 spots for similar reasons. Yeah, we can sort of pencil mark these with candidates, because these are 1 less than that. So these are from 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can actually then sort of back into, well, these 2 aren't 2, so these 2 aren't 3, so these 2 aren't 4, so these 2 aren't 5, so these 2 aren't 6. As a mechanism. This is from 2, 3. Agree. Yes, we can't do 1, 2, 3, 4 in this column because that cell's labeled 1. That cell's labeled 1, 2. So this isn't 1. That's not 2. That's not 3. That's not 4. That's not 5. These actually are going to do the same thing for me, because these are also from 1, 2. These are at least 2, but then at most 4. So I can't do 1, 2, 3, 4 here either, for exactly the same reason. So that actually gets me a 7, 8 pair between these 2 columns. Oh, actually 3 doesn't even work here, right? 3, 4, 5, 6 would still break these 2. So actually this one is a 4. That one's a 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. these are a 2, 3, and I can draw in the borders, because if there's 8 borders, I know exactly where they are. They're there. This one I don't know quite as well exactly what's going on. This digit is a 1, I am being told by Sudoku. These digits, I guess I should fill in, are a 1, a 2, and an 8. That one's not a 1, of course. 5 running across is kind of interesting, because there's only 2 or 3 here. So there got to be at least 2 horizontal borders in here. Yes, this is now only 1 or 2. It can't be 3 anymore. Eden Zer points out, because if this were 3, this 6 region would be 1 cell in size. Okay, this number is at least 3, because it already sees 2, but it needs to see more than this one, so this one sees at least 2. So this one's at least 3. 4 is the most, but it can't actually see 4, because it would make this 5 one region. So this is a 3 and a 2. Which actually means that these are part of the same region. This is part of a different region. I just don't know which one. One of these is a 2 for sure. Could it be this one? Maybe. Right, we can't border both of these. So we currently have 1, 2, 3. And then we need both of these, is the point, because we can only border one side of this. And so in order to get to 5, we actually need to do both of those. I'm presuming this region can't possibly be red. This is just a 1, because it could only at most be 3, but 2 and 3 are already gone in the row. So these are all orange. Should probably just label, just for the sake of it, that these are 4, 7, and 8 are the digits that are left. Right. This 6 we already know isn't orange, so we can draw in a border there. And these 2 go in the same region. Am I concerned that region might be red? No, I'm not concerned it might be red because of how the 1 and the 2 interact. It can be green. Also, that makes this arrow a 2. Which makes this a 1. Which means these 2 are in the same region. And I don't think I know if that region is green or not, but I can put a... Oops. I can put a connecty thing between them. Right. These are definitely bordered because because we can't repeat ones. So this, whatever it is, comes out at least this far. Actually, it just has to be red because as this region escapes, remember, it can't take that cell. It just has to be red. So I appreciate that. Just something like that. This region now goes through all of those cells. This can't be orange, but it could be green, I want to say. Two is just placed in row 8, Todd has found, just because of the places that 2s exist in the grid. We're only getting 8 cells, not 9, because this is an 8 by 8. So yeah, orange can't take this, so orange gets at most 2 of these, and so that makes it maximum 6, so we need to go at least 2 further down this column. I agree with that, which separates this from that. Lets me put a little gray line here to connect those. And the orange 2 isn't in this column, so it's probably there, but I don't think I can quite prove it yet. 5 in column 8 is in one of these 2 cells by sudoku. I agree with that. So this goes up at least to there. By virtue of that. I think if this digit's 2, orange just doesn't have a 2. But I'm trying to make sure that that's definitely the case. I think annoyingly, orange could do this and still have a 2. Tragically, but I think it's true. This is at most 5. And it seems not to be 2, 4, or 5 by sudoku. And it being 1 would be... Oh, it's definitely not 1, actually. It's already at least 2, even just from this direction. So yeah, so I agree with Selena. This is a 3. Which makes this number a minimum of a 4. Which means one of these 2 is 3. See, this just by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is at most 5. It's not 1 or 2. And if it was 5, it would isolate this cell. So it can't be 5, so it's 3 or 4. And this number is 1 more than it. So if this were 4, this would be a 5, and orange already has a 5. I see. So this is a 3, and that's a 4. Sensible. And that places the 3 in the lower row. This is at most 4, and it's not 1 or 3, so it's 2 or 4. I agree with that. This number is 2 less than that one. So this one is 2, 3, 4, and it's not 2 or 3, so it's a 4, and that's a 6, AFK points out. There's 2. It's that one and that one, right? Oh, it's 1 less because of the, sorry, because this one also doesn't see that one. I see. Yeah, there's 2 that this one doesn't see, but then this one sees 1 that one doesn't see. So yeah, it's 1 less. So it is 3, 4, 5, and it's not 3. So one of these two is a 5. So someone's going to pull a random naked single out of nowhere. Okay, so these digits, just to be clear, are not 1, 2. They could be 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. And since this wasn't 3, that means this one isn't 4. I agree with that. So one of these two is 4. If this is a 4, it definitely joins green. Annoyingly, green, I think, still can take all of this. Would make orange take these two, I think. Maybe green could even take that one if it wanted, maybe. I see. So David is noticing that this one is 1 or 2 less than that one. So therefore, it's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, it's not 1 or 3, so it's only 2, 4, or 5. This isn't 5. These are a 2, 4 pair. In which case, this one would have to be 5. Oh, right. It's not 2 because it's 1 or 2 less than that one, right? And so if this were 4 and that were 2, it would break that cell. Very nice. Okay, so now this one can't be 4 because it's bigger than that one, which means this one is 4. So that one's not 4. Means one of these two over here is 4. Zimmon says row 7, column 4 can't be 2 because it makes the other arrows in the row 4 and 1. I agree with that. And 4 and 1 are too far apart for these to be 4 and 1. That's a very cute spot. So this is a 3 and that's a 2. Those are at most 2 apart. This 2 already sees 2. That's very good. So these are all connected, and it doesn't connect to the other 2. And now this 3 sees, it doesn't necessarily, it does see 3, kind of. Because we know this 2 isn't red. So there's a border here, there's a border between this and the red, and there's a border at the edge. So this 3 actually extends all the way down the column. Okay, now my fantasy about orange 2 is correct, which is that orange needs to get its 2 here. This thing can now definitely get a new color. Oh, that's a 1, by the way, making that an 8. Okay, so this is blue because of that. This can be pink. Right, this can't be 4 anymore because of the fact that these blues are the same. So this is a 2. We do seem to have 7 2s, so the last 2 is that one. So these are 1, 6, 7, 8. It's not a 1. That is true. If we want, we can just color the other 2s with thus far unused colors, such as blue and the other one. And then we can have all of our regions have colors. So this uncolored region is one of the other colors that already exists, and M. Horner Books contends it has to be green because it's way too far away from blue or purple. I believe this. This digit has to belong to a color, and because it can't be pink, because pink already has a 3, and it can't get out around this way because you can't snake around a wall, this just has to be purple. I agree with that from Edenzer. 4 is placed in column 5 by magic. So that is a 4. Very good spot. I was looking at green needing a 3, but I think I wasn't convinced, but I should have been that it needs to be this one. I agree looking at it again that I should have been convinced. Wait, that breaks. Oh, no, it doesn't. It just means this cell has to be red. Okay, and so now green only gets one more cell, so it needs a 4, and that 4 can only possibly go here. That makes this number a 5 and this number a 6 by our previous computations. This number is therefore a 5 or a 7. I have a random gray X here for no reason. These are 3, 8, and 5, just for the record. That one's not a 3 for lots of reasons. Sorry, 5, 8. Thank you. This 4 needs all the remaining borders in order to get to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good spot. So we know this extends over here, and so that is my last green cell. Making this also a 5, 8. Making this pair a 6, 7. This is just blue now, I think. Maybe I don't know which blue. I think I do. Red does have a 6, so that's a 7 and that's a 6. I agree with that. One of these two cells, this is a cute deduction, one of these two cells is red, and whichever one it is, it's an 8. And therefore, this is a 4 and this is a 5. I don't think I've ever quite seen that deduction before in chaos construction. Yeah, that 8 looks right, correct. So that's a 7 and that's a 6 even. Agree. Also, it means there's a border here for sure. Oh, and that's all the borders in that row, because these two, only one of these two is red. And so that's my 3 borders. So all of these now are all in the same region. And I think given that that means this region only has 2 more cells, it's now not profound to say it has to be blue. And the only way we can do that is to blue that cell. So we can do that. Making this red, we can get rid of all of this. We can fill in the 8 that we mentioned before, making that a 1. Oh, blue is done. That's an 8 because blue already has a 7. That is a 6. Certainly this connects outwardly in that direction. Let's see. And pink at the bottom, we still need a 1, which goes there. A 6, which goes there. That makes this 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be a 5, a 7, or an 8. Not an 8, sorry. It can't be a 5 either. I think this is a naked 7. Why can't this be a 5? There's the 5. There we go. Okay. I think this is a naked 7. Making that an 8. Yeah, pink needs a 4, and just by the fact that it's blocked from taking a 6 means that it has to take this 4 always. I agree. Column 3 has done with its borders, so pink is done. Very good spotting. Or very good counting, perhaps I should say. So this is something, whatever it is, that grows out here under purple, which makes purple grow here. This thing now has to keep growing out under purple, which now means it's blue. That blue. This is purple. This cell isn't blue, and therefore this is the last cell that can be blue, and so it is blue. And blue is done. Let's see. These are a 5 and a 3, and we know the order because of the 3. That seems to give me an 8 and a 7, which orange still needs one more cell somehow, and it's that one. So therefore, everything else is purple. That seems to be a 3. Let's see. And we seem to be able to mark the rest of the grid and have only singles left. Very elegant construction there. Very nice job to Juggler. Nice puzzle. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back with another puzzle, so see everyone in just a moment. Alrighty, let's do an old zetamath puzzle. I believe this is the one we're on. Although I will say I only hazily recall doing Keep Talking and No One Explodes, but I'm pretty sure I did. I remembered. I only hazily recall doing Archa, but I remember doing Kodama. So I must have done Archa, although I don't quite remember it. I remembered Moats, and I remember doing Frack. Yes, this is the puzzle that made Simon Anthony say the word thruple a whole bunch of times. There are many instances of the word thruple. I was in a thruple at the time that I set this, although now there is one more. Goes to show how long ago this was. Okay. Though there's not a great word for a thruple with 4 people in it, I don't think. Anyway, here we have the digits are dating. They've formed 3 couples and 1 thruple. The makeups of these relationships must be discovered. A heart between 2 digits indicates that those 2 digits are in a relationship. All hearts are given. Clues outside the grid give the sum of the digits between the outermost members of the thruple in the row. So, for example, if 1, 2, 3 are the digits in the thruple, then the last row is 4, 6, 1, 9, 3, 5, 2, 8, 7. Then the thruple would be, then the clue would be 17. Okay. So this is a coloring exercise more than anything. Let's start with these. Now, one of these must be the thruple, because if neither of these are the thruple, or if none of these are the thruple, then these 3 are the thruple, and we're missing lots of hearts. And in fact, therefore, there is a couple not represented here. This is so weird. The break-in's in box 3. I don't know what I'm doing. So the couple must be here. That couple that's not represented, and therefore this is a member of the thruple. I just don't know whether the thruple is green or blue yet. I don't think. By the joy of the negative constraint. Let's see. Now, how do I get from here to further along? Let's see. This has either got to be the couple or the thruple. It's either purple or it's the thruple within the column. Let's see. Where do we go from here? I'm sure there is something sane to do. You can full color the grid without looking at the outside clues, although we certainly could look at the outside clues if we wanted. Like, are we meant to look and see that this can't possibly be a member of the thruple? Because there would be not enough digits? Yeah, I think that's true. That if green were the thruple, then in this column I would be summing at most 4 digits to get 33, and that doesn't work. So the thruple is actually blue. We know that. These are blue or purple are the only options. Did I miscount? Oh, the middle thruple member does count. Sorry, you're right. So yeah, sorry, it's possible. Sorry, I excluded the middle thruple member, which is very unkind to the middle thruple member. Oh, this cell is just a naked, this cell is just naked. It's a naked green because it's not blue, purple, or yellow. And so it's green. So that's green. Oh, I kept the blue. Sorry, you're right. Sorry, I don't know about that. Well, I know that this is the other. Okay, so anyway, that does get us there though, right? Because this is the thruple color. So this is the non-thruple color. So that's the non-thruple color. So the non-thruple color isn't blue. The non-thruple color is green. And so this is blue is how that works out, right? So I think we've now recovered this without having to think about anything so untoward. Okay, this is not green or purple, at the very least. This is not blue, green, or purple, so this is pink, right? Because it can't be green, it can't be purple, and there's not enough members in the thruple to make this work, or there weren't at the time at least. So I think this is just pink. So I've got to put another pink in this box somewhere. And I think the only place I can put the other pink in this box is here. Oh, yeah, we've got to nudge the grid a little bit. Let's nudge the grid up a bit so that you can actually see the bottom clues. It'll be useful later. We can even make you able to see the clue on the right there. There we go. Okay, so we've got our pink. Where are the three thruple members in box 2 is now the question. If I put one of them on here, it doesn't work because I've got to put the other one somewhere else. So in fact, actually, these are the thruple members, which makes these purple. There are 2 more thruple members in this row, and they seem to have to go here and here. Let's see. These are a green and a something. Green and a purple. I guess I should do this one first, right? This one's green. So therefore, this is the green and this is the purple. And these include an extra thruple member, which goes there, as well as a purple and a pink. And so that's the purple, that's the pink. Got all of that. This is purple or blue. If this were blue, we would be doing the 20 in various problems. Oh, this is known to be blue. Let's do that first. Let's see if that wasn't blue. We know that's not blue. I guess we would have enough spots for it. Oh, you want row column labels? I figured row column labels might make this look too ugly. That's true. That's true. Yeah. If this is purple, Edenzor points out, then I need to put 2 purples here, and they would go here and here. Except that's a problem because then you have to put a 3rd purple. So this is not purple. It is blue. Okay. So there's Oh, sorry, no, there's only one more green there. Uh, but yeah, column 3, uh, with the use of the outside clue, this has to be green. Uh, so one more blue, two more pinks. Let's see. This one we know is not blue. At the very least, this one we know is not blue. Oh, interestingly, whichever color this is, unless it's purple, it goes there just by coloring nonsense. This isn't pink, purple, or green. This has to be, this is a naked thruple. Because it's not green, pink, or purple. The last thruple member is down there somewhere. I'd agree, J40. Yeah, I can't put two blues in this box, in this column, is D-Web's point, in these 3 cells, because they would create problems. So there's definitely a blue there. Is there pink or green? Oh yeah, the purples in box 6 is a great point. Purple in box 6. One of them is definitely there. Where are my 2 blues in column 7 is also a great question. They go there. Column 1's heart is now known because it can't be the thruple because the top one isn't the thruple anymore. So this can only be purple. One of these is blue now, I guess we know. Or possibly both. Actually, both, right? I've got to fit 3 blues in this box. Where did the 3 blues go, given that that one's not blue? Actually, all of these are blue. And now just the rest of the box is pink. Let's see. So this row needs a pink and a green somewhere. Okay, let's see. This heart is not blue or green or pink because it's got pinks looking down at it. So this can only be purple. These are a blue-pink pair of some sort. This one has to be green or pink. This one has to be green or pink. Column 4 has 2 greens and a blue left, so that one's definitely green. And then these are a green and a blue. The last blue in row 7's even placed. So those are a green and a purple in some order. Let's see. This heart is just pink, right? It's not green because then there would be an extra heart. So I think this is just pink. The other pink in the box is there, so as not to avoid upsetting the heart rule. Now this heart isn't pink, so now it's green. This row still needs 2 purples. This box still needs 2 pinks. This row still needs a green. This box still needs a purple. This is now only green, right? It sees everything else. So this is the pink. Let's see, this color is known by the column. I'm sure you could do it if you were so inclined. There's 2 purples left in this box, so they go here and here, which makes this a thruple member. Let's see. None of those cells are pink by Sudoku, so that cell is pink. None of these cells are pink by Sudoku, so that cell is pink, which makes that cell blue. Column 6 has 1 more cell and it's purple. The purple is placed in this box. That green is placed here in this box. The last green in this box is here, so this is blue. Column 4 needs a green and a blue. I don't... Oh, no, I do know. Because I can't repeat that. And this row still needs a blue. And this box still needs a green. This puzzle has kind of 2 halves because we got the coloring and now we have to do the things. I'm going to turn the row column labels off now for this piece. And so the question is how much you want to write down a system of equations and how much you want to avoid writing down a system of equations. Okay, so let me draw x's through all of the relevant sums. It's these, it's these. Let's see, it is these, or not x's, but you know what I mean. These. Oh, is that all of them? That might be all. Oh, sorry, no, there's one for 21. It's that one. Okay. Just to help keep track of what is going on. And we can also do some coloring of where the various digits end up. Yeah, in column 9, we know these 2 blues add to 12. You know, these 3 add to 9. Maybe I should have made these lighter gray. Just so that's not too distracting when we are subcoloring on top of them. Because importantly, we know things like these 2 are the same. So we'll make those the ketchup flavor of blue. Let's see, this is also therefore the ketchup flavor of blue. This is also the ketchup flavor of blue, and so therefore this is the ketchup flavor as blue. Oh, did I cheat? Oh, I don't know why column 9. Let's do this again carefully. That one, that one. Yeah, why did I think... Oh, because of just looking in box 9. Where does this digit go in box 9? I was right. In this instance. let's see. So these two look at those two. So that one is, so we get that. And then if I make this the XY one, that one's XY, makes that one XY. And then so the remaining one is books, as usual. This one is books. Right. We know one of these two. Oh, sorry. This one is books. This one is books. So this one is books. As we do. So this one is X. This one is books. Oh, so this one's X. So this one is circle. So this one is X. This one is circle. This one is X. This one is books. And then I think we've got basically all that we are going to get. For the time being. Of course, we can do the same thing with all of the other colors. Let's see. And so our sum here is of these. Okay, so it seems relevant that these have the same boundaries. So we've got sort of, I guess, one member of each color summing to, I guess that would be 12. Oh, and this one's also between O and X. Bye now. See, both of these involve both greens. Probably. So these two sum to 3 more than that or something like that. Yeah, let's color the other pairs as well. Oh, right. I remember I made this when the letter tool came out because someone was like, someone should make a puzzle to use the letter tool. We all have our times of, we'll say, ambition. O X O O X O X O X X O X. Okay. We've got that one. I do think the trick is clear if you use letters to see what's happening, but well, I'm an older Zeta now. I don't use the letter tool anymore. Okay, we've got that one. And then for purple, we can do it with blue just for, again, clarity. O, X, X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O. There we go. Okay, so now almost everything is colored with the exception of one little pair of greens and one little pair of those. And we know that all of these numbers are at most 6. Oh, in fact, actually, all of these show up in this sum, right? Isn't that exactly the same as those? I think that is useful because these yeah, it's exactly the same. So those sum to 9, so therefore this is a 9. A lot of people did this by writing out some really horrendous system of equations. And I was like, I worked so hard to make it so that you would not have to write out a horrendous system of equations in order to do this. Alrighty, and then we get a 9 dance. Boop boop ba doop. Woo! Ba 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 ba. Wow! Ba 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 da. Wee! Ba doop boo doop ba doop boo doop boo doop boo boo doop boo. Waha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So conveniently, we can put 9s into lots of places in the grid now. Oh, including that one even. Don't make people solve systems of linear equations in your puzzles. Okay. Also, don't, just to be clear, because sometimes people miss it, don't make people solve systems of nonlinear equations in your puzzles either. Okay, so these are just from 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's a sum to 14. Or sorry, yeah, so this x we know is 1, 2, 3, 4. The calculus sudoku that everyone is hoping for is definitely an option. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we know. Right, and now these sum to 11, I suppose. You were so excited for the Sudoku U substitution problem. I'm sure. May have passed calculus, but if there are systems of equations in your calculus, you're out. Oh, sorry, systems of equations in your Sudoku, you're out. Yeah, agree. I think that is a generally a good principle. Let's see. So, we can repeat almost, right? Because here, that collection of digits, we've got green, green. Those sum to 18, right? So, therefore, these two sum to 15, if I did that right. I will acknowledge this is clearer with letters. Oh no, it's these 3 sum to 15. Never mind, it's not as useful. Row 8, column 3 is part of the 12 sum in column 9. This is a 12. Wait. Right. These 4 digits sum to 12. And what is that telling me? Oh, first of all, it's 11. Ah, that's much better. So yeah, so these are 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so that lets us fill in that these are from 1, 2, 3. These are all from 1, 2, 3, 5. And so that means I need to discover which sum to 9 in 3 digits comes from 1, 2, 3, 5, and it had better be 1, 3, 5, which makes the 2 this digit. Right, and the 1, 3, 5 looks at this point, so this is a 4 and that's a 1, which makes all of those 1s. And we can get rid of our green X's. Good. And we can remove these as they become no longer relevant. I don't think this one is relevant anymore. Let's see, and we do know that these are 1, 9 and these are 1, 9. If this was 1, these would be 7, 9 exactly, which they can't be because neither of them is 9. I see. So in this, oh no, sorry, I'm again missing a digit in the sum. Oh yeah, all of these are 3, 5. As well as blue X's are all 3, 5. This is also 3, 5. So yeah, so this 18 sum now has it's possible this 18 sum unnecessary? Didn't it tell us nothing? Oh, blue circle is 2. How did I never fill that in? That'll probably help. It's 11, so these two sum to 10. So X isn't 5, so X is 3. And then pink X is 7. I really screwed this up. Okay, pink X is 7. Blue X is 5. So this was red X the whole time. So that makes that red X, which makes this red books. Makes this red circle into this red books. That is a 7. That is a 7. that is a 5. And so we can get rid of the pink X's. And we can get rid of the blue X's. And we can get rid of the red X's. And we can fill in 4 in all the red circles, apparently. And then we can get rid of the red circles. What was red X again? I clearly missed putting a 3 in this red X. Let's see. We don't need that line anymore. We don't need this line anymore. And so these are a 4, 8, apparently. No, that's not true. These are a 6, 8. I see. However, we can do the math there. Oh, there's another 4. Oh, no. Is it there? Yeah, it is there. Yeah, so we can figure out what this sums to and get that this needs to be 8 in order to make the sum work, or these two need to add to 12, I guess, is the other way of doing it. So red box is 8. We have successfully red boxed. So that makes this a 6. So pink circle is 6. Okay, this sum is no longer relevant, and so then we must be meant to look at this sum, where we wanted these to add to 17, and currently they add to 16, so we had better make this a 1. And the romance continues. Woohoo! Alrighty, I am going to take a quick break. Kudos to the setter. Thank you, thank you. And I'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I have removed the pink circles at the request of chat. Let's do the next Zeta puzzle in the series. Let me show row column labels. So this is a big one. Oops, am I not nudging it? There we go. So this is... yes, this is the first 10 lines puzzle. Which it actually took a long time after I made one 10 lines puzzle for me to make a... oops, not that. That'll do. Okay. For me to make a second one. So this was the only 10 lines puzzle for a while. But then I realized that they were a little bit more fun than I originally gave them credit for. Okay, so we need to break each of these lines down into a cluster of digits that sums to 10. So we know we've got some cluster, something like this, because we know we need at least 2 digits and to do that. This line definitely has to sum to 20. So that means these sum to 25. And I can't possibly make this line sum to more than 30 because of this. So this one has to be like that is the only possibility because we know it sums to at least 25 and at most 30. So this is a bunch of 2-cell sums. And these in particular are from 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can actually do a like flavors of 10 coloring like we did earlier for them. Yeah, these two add to 5. Okay, so now this one definitely is split in 2 pieces because nominally this could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, but certainly it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Okay, and this one we've got a similar split going on. Now, this number now is big because we've used the other two 1, 2, 3, 4s over here. So this is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are green and dark blue, I suppose. Maybe I should use purple. I'll use purple for purposes of this. This light blue certainly over here. Right. This light blue, there we go. That's the point. This light blue is over here, and it's part of a sum, but it's not part of a 2-cell sum. So in fact, the 3-cell sum looks like that because this light blue is over here. And therefore, this is a 2-cell sum, and it's purple. Which means that these aren't purple, and these are. Yeah, this has a 5 in it. That's for sure. Let's see. And this blue digit goes here is the key point. That blue digit goes there, which is the magical point at which something like some huge percentage of people solving this puzzle immediately conclude that they have broken the puzzle because this can't be low blue. But it does actually work. It just means that this is a 4-cell sum to 10 that includes duplicate digits. And in particular, these 3 digits sum to a minimum of 4. So they in fact actually do sum to 4. So this is a 1, 2, and a 1. That 1 is our first digit. Boop boop doop. Wow. Boop boop doop. Wee. Boop boop doop. Woo. Ba-doop boo doop ba-doop boo doop boo doop boop boo doop boo. Wow. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. That does make this a 6. Which makes that a 4. These are now the other two. So these are 3, 7, and 4, 6. And we know that the 6 is horizontal, and therefore the 4 is vertical in the way that this works. So this is 1, 4, 5 now is the point, because 4 now is in this sum. So this is 1, 4, 5. That's how we actually proved this, is that those have to be 1, 4, 5. So 1 isn't in any of these colors. So that means 1 is pink. So this is a 1 and a 9, making that a 2 and a 1. That's not a 1. Okay, so funnily enough, this digit's always a 2, 3, 5 because it's part of a 3-cell sum that doesn't have a 1 in it. Oh yes, the other ones can inherit pinkness. I agree. Does put a 1 over here by Sudoku. Not there, actually. So if this is going to be a 2-cell sum, then it'll be 1 with a 9. There's a 4 over here, just by Sudoku. Oh, this sees every color. Very good. It sees one of every color, so it can't be a 2-cell sum. It has to be a 3-cell sum, which actually gets us this. So this is actually the 2, 3, 5. Thank you. Which makes that a 4. And makes these the other digits. 7 and 8. Making these 2, 3. And so now this is a 4, 6, and we know the order, and it's blue, because it doesn't have a 1, 2, or 3 in it. We know there's a 9 in one of these cells, and some other digit, and it's a 5, actually. These are just 5, 9. That 5, 9 looks back over and gives me the 1 and the 5 over there. Let's see. Seven, 8 pair in row 2. True, because we got our 2, 3 pair here. So yeah, those are 7, 8, which makes these 1, 9. Makes them pink. Right. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 because there's 2 lows that don't appear on it. So this is definitely split. Because we've got these 2 lows that could only go there if it were 1, 2, 3, 4. And this pair is therefore the only color it can be, which I swear I see is blue. It sees the other three. This one has to be pink or green. I'm not sure which yet. Vivi did this the other way, which is to say, well, this isn't 6, so that isn't 4, which puts the 4 over here and makes these 4, 6. So that's the 6, by the way. 10 lines puzzles do often lead to uniqueness deductions. If you're into that kind of thing. Yes, and now column 6 needs a 5, and it can only go here. And so our question is it possible that these 3 cells sum to 5? And let's see. This one is at least 3, so the only way would be if this is 3 and these were double 1. But we can ask where 9 goes in column 6, has been pointed out, because we still need another pink digit in column 6. Right. That 3-7 is the key point. This 3-7 reveals that purple is 2-8 and that green is 3-7. So this digit is green, which then makes this pink by magic. And now it's definitely not possible that this is anything but 5-5. Oops. Giving me this pink up here. This is purple. We now know. This is 3-7. This is 2-8. Okay, this isn't 5-5, and it's not blue or pink, so this is purple or green again. Yeah, 8, 9 remain in this box. Oh, and 9 actually goes here. So this is an 8. Yeah, I think this is the beginning of my era of being really obsessed with puzzles being clean. And in box 8, we can place the 2 here. So this is a triple of something, something, and something. 3, 7, and 8. Let's see. I mean, that means that this is 3, 7, or 2. I don't know that that's immediately useful. Right. Yeah, that is a very good spot, Luna. Yeah. These can't be 3, 7, because if these are a 3, 7 pair, then these two are the same digit. That is such a Zeta trick. So this is never 8. Right. This has to be a length 4 line because the 9 now looks at it. Right. Good Good observation. So now this is a long line. Todd, 1 in box 4, is there. Yeah. Agree. This has to be, this is certainly a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it can only be a 2 or 3 out of those. Because of this. So that actually, funnily enough, makes these be from 1, 2, 3, 4 because they need to sum to a maximum. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they need to sum to a maximum of 8, which means they'd be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except that 5 there tells me it's not 5. So these just are 1, 2, 3, 4, which actually makes that a 2, 3. And now those sum to 5, so do these, and so they're 1, 4. Which places this 4 up here. Greens this cell down here. Okay. Okay, so now this sum down minimum of 6 at least. Oh, is this sum naked nothing? It's not green. It's not blue, green, pink. Oh, it could be purple. This sum could still be purple. Yeah, it's nice to have some way of indicating that you know the line is done. I agree. When this puzzle was set, we didn't have the line tool yet, I don't think. So you had to come up with some way to color indicating what the sums were and also indicating where the sums extended to, and that was a little bit cumbersome. The line tool really helped a lot. Let's see. Gary says this isn't 3. Low and row 6 column. Right. One of these two, right. There you go. That's the point, right. One of these two needs to be low, because if neither of these is low, then you've got a humongous problem. And that forms a virtual quadruple in the row, is what Garion is saying. So therefore, that's a 7 and a 3. And we do actually know that the 6, the 8, and the 9 are over here. Sorry, not the 9. The 6, the 8, and the other 2, 3 are over here. So we've got at least 1, 6, 8. We know this digit's always a 6 or an 8 because I'm not putting both 6 and 8 here. Of course, an 8 will always go with a 2. 6, 3, 1, unfortunately, is possible. Yeah. If this is a 3, these are a 1, 2, 4, and the world breaks horribly, is the point. There's no creative way to repeat this digit and come up with a different way to do it, is the key piece here. So this actually has to be a broken line. Oh, right. It can't be 626. It would have to be 631. Right. And so now this is a 3-7 pair, right? And so that's a 2 and a 3 by virtue of how these things work. Let's see. This 3-7 pair is green. So you're green and you're purple. You're also green. You're also green because of how numbers work. So you're purple. So these are pink or blue. And by uniqueness, they have to be pink. Yeah, so these are 2, 6, 8. And so the point is, if these are 2, 6, the world doesn't work. Because if these are 2, 6, that has to be a 2. So that means that's not an 8. And so then we sort of backdoor into the fact that these sum to 10. That is a 4. We now have our last line divided at least. Oh, box 5. Sorry, box 5 we divided, but we never actually put the lines in it. 2 plus 6 plus 0 plus 2. Yeah. But that would make me do a 1-cell 10 sum AFK, which is the other thing you have to avoid. Yeah, there's no 2 on the box 9 line at all by Sudoku. So there is a 1 on it. The 1 is horizontalish. There's 2 down there somewhere. Let's see. 8 in box 7 is horizontal, points out DWeb, because it can't go on this because I know this domino isn't purple. And so then the 8 comes over here, and I can't do 1, 8, so 8 here is there. So that gives me the 2 and the 8 disambiguated over there, which then actually comes up, by the way. These have been disambiguated for forever, but they're camouflaged by the fact that they were in green. As one does. Yeah, a 10-line puzzle with zeros sounds like hell. Though people always ask about, like, when is the 10 lines S cell puzzle coming? And I fear it's not coming. Let's see. I see that there is a 4 over there. Oh, the 4 in box 1 does need a color. Very good point. It needs a blue. Da-dee-dee-da-dee-da. Let's see. There's a 6 over there. What if it was also a chaos construction playmaker? Do you think that would be good? Okay, so what are these digits? They're a 1, but not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and not a 7, right? So no 5, 6 here, no 5 here. So these are either 1, 4 or 1, 6, which means that this is either a 5 or a 3, which creates a 3, 5 pair in the column. And so that makes these a 7, 9 pair, which I thought would be useful. Apparently it is actually useful. Ish. Useful-ish, I should say. I think we did do that when David. Yeah, there have been some. As much as I sometimes complain about set, there have been some really striking set examples that we've done now and then. Please don't send me your set puzzles. Yes, this is a 1-4-6 triple, of course. So therefore, this is a pink. With a 9 and a 1, making this blue and a pink. Let's see. Okay, and now, yeah, we can probably spend the rest of this. I'm now thinking of a, like, 10-line puzzle with a negative constraint on x's, except that it counts as there being an x if there's a line through the two cells. 5, 4, 6, 4, 1, 6, 3. I don't know that I want to write that rule set. Is the only problem. It sounds like something that would be very confusing, even though it's very clear in my head what I mean. It sounds like it's something that would be confusing to read what on earth is happening. Let's see. There is a 7. There is a 5, 9, 1. Let's see. This is a 2. 4, 5, 9. This is a 2, 5, and 3. Woohoo! I think it holds up after all of these years of however long ago this puzzle was made. How long ago was this puzzle made? This was April 2022. So this is more than 4 years ago. Crazy how time flies. I think I might have even been streaming by then. It's possible. I do remember that this was made for Ranksk's birthday, I want to say. No, for Ranksk's 100th stream, I think is what this was made for. I think. That sounds right? Does it say on the LMD page? It does not know, but this was made for Ranksk's 100th stream and included, I got to watch Liz Tesh and Ranksk and Scott and a few other people like co-solve it, which was fun. Alrighty, let's see. I can do one more short puzzle. I've got time. Let's see what I've got laying around in the bucket. Do I have anything that looks like it won't be too crazy? Is this going to be anti-night? This might be anti-night. This is definitely anti-night, isn't it? Okay, so we've got a bunch of standard line types and anti-night. There's hundreds of millions of people younger than this puzzle. Luna claims to be one of those hundreds of millions of people, but I don't really believe that Luna is less than 4. Okay, so we've got our anti-night. By the way, you sort of know a puzzle is anti-night as soon as it has no clues in 2 adjacent columns that are in the same stack. It doesn't have to be if there's enough other constraints, but that's basically what you know. Okay, so you've got a Nabner, a Dutch whisper, a region sum line, a modular line, a parity line, a German whisper line. This is somewhat terrifying. Okay. So this is at least 3. It took me a very long time to be comfortable setting stuff on stream. Oh, all lines have the same sum. Okay, that's going to make this a lot better. All lines have the same sum. So that sum is a minimum of 9 at the very least. So that makes this a minimum of 5. Actually, sorry, 7, 4, 1. There we go. I thought there was one of these. Minimum of 12. So it's both even and divisible by 3, because of the modular line, right? So this is either a 6 or a 9. Funnily enough, you have 2 separate proofs that it's a multiple of 3, because you have both the modular line and the Renbon, which both provide separate proofs that it's a multiple of 3. Yeah, the sum is even, but I don't think that tells me whether it's a 6 or a 9, because the sum is 18 if this is a 9. If the sum were 12, that would make these 3 cells sum to 21. Yeah, I guess because of the parity line telling me that the sum is even, I know the odd, these have to be the odds. This has to be the even. We can parity the parity line. I love it. Okay. Yeah, this is either 3, 4, 5 or 5, 6, 7. I agree with that. God forbid it's something about anti-night with this digit, right? Let's see. Nicholas Duhale is definitely become my favorite setter, but they might like anti-night just a tiny bit too much. Is it impossible to make these sum to 18 given a entropic line, which would be 3, 6, 8 is only 17? Yep, absolutely. So yeah, so 9 doesn't work here because 9 would make me have to make an entropic line that summed to too much. So this is a 6. We can bring out Zach for the 6y dance. Boop boop doop. Whoop 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 whoop. Boop boop doop. Whoop 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 whoop. Boop boop doop boop 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 boop. Wow! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Okay, so now we need to make this sum to what is 7, 4, 1, right? And this is 3, 4, 5. Let's see. This isn't 1 or 7. This could be 9 if that's a 2 and a 1. Yeah. Oh, am I hiding rules? All the lines have the same sum is the relevant rule that I think I'm using. This is anti-night, yes. I don't think I used any hidden rules, did I? So if this were low, I would have 2 high numbers and it would already sum to too much. So this is high. If this were a 6, it would be 2 1s. That would be the wrong sum. If this were a 7, it still couldn't sum to enough. And therefore, it is an 8 or a 9, with these summing to 3 or 4. Oops. So these are from 1, 2, 3. That one we know isn't 3 at least. We certainly know that these are from 1, 2, 4, 5. We know that if this digit is the multiple of 3, exciting things happen. Just that this puzzle exists. Yeah, this is a crazy thing to be human solvable. We're assuming for the moment that it's going to be human solvable. Can this really be 8? If this is 8, then these are 1 and 3. That's a 9. These are 1 and 2. But both of these, see both of these, that doesn't work. So I guess it's just true in general that in an anti-knight puzzle, these are a quad. And so they certainly can't all be from 1, 2, 3. So that can't be an 8. Yes, this is not an old Zeta puzzle. This can't be a 9 because these would have to be 2 and 1, and we can't do that. I think you mean row 8, column 9, but if you meant something else, let me know. Oh, sorry. No, this one also, sorry. This was, I was like, isn't that this cell? But no, that is not row 8, column 7. This is row 8, column 7. That one can't be 9 because it would make these 2 and 1, and that would be bad for this cell, which sees both of them. Let's see, Mekti says this can't be 4 or 7. Yeah, right. These are different. So, and one of them is definitely a 1, and both of them see this, so this is never a 1. And these are different, so they sum to a minimum of 8, so this can't be a 6. Yeah, one of these two needs to be a 3 is a great way to do this, because if neither of these is a 3, they sum to 12 already. So therefore, this isn't a 3, which makes these a 1-2 pair, making that a 9. And also that 1-2 pair looks at this cell, making this a 4. Which means these two need to sum to 8, which means they need to be 3 and 5. So no 4 up there, so no 2 there. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 6, 7, or 8. I'm happy with that. This in box 5 is in one of the corners. Okay, so the modular line just doesn't have a 6 on it flat out. So if the multiple of 3 was to be a 9, it would need a 9 with a 1 and a 2. However, that would be a problem because both of these cells see the entire line. And therefore, neither of these could be 1 and 2, and that doesn't work. So it does need a 3, and that 3 is definitely in one of these two cells. This digit, let's see, is not a 1. Could be a 2. It's not 3, 4, 5. Could be a 6. It's not a 7. Could be an 8 or a 9. This digit's also a 678. Points out girl could sorry, Gulruk. Because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it can be 9. Sorry, it can be 9. I didn't notice. It didn't see the 9. Okay. Right. These sum to 12 and 12, so therefore these sum to 18. Is that right? No, these sum to 21. So yeah, we're not putting a 2 and a 3-cell sum to 21. I can't put a 9 on this line. I could maybe put a 9 with a 1-2 pair on either side in this line. Or a 9 with a 1-2 pair over here. That might be okay. That doesn't work because if I put a 9, 1, 2 on this, then I need to make this 3, 4, 5, which has all kinds of problems. So the 9's actually horizontal. It's in one of these two cells. And so we then need a 2-cell sum to 12 to go with a 9. Which means there's no 6. Agree. And the 1 and 2 are on different lines here. Right. The 6 has to be on a line. So if there's no 1 on the Nabner, it has to be 2, 4, 6 exactly. Right. 9 is in one of these two spots in box 2. I agree with that. Can either of these lines be 8, 1, 3? Probably, right? So if this were 1, it would have to go with 5, 6. Which I agree does break the Nabner, although it's kind of a gross look ahead. 1, 2, and 3 all have to go on the line because if I'm making a 6-cell sum to 24, I only unlock these. So I agree that the 1, 2, and the 3 have to go on the lines. And so the point of 1, 2, 3 go on the lines means I need at least one of 2 and 3 on this line, so it's not 1, 5, 6. Agree. And I don't think that's true. But this now can't be low because if it was, it would have to be 1, 5, 6. So 5 is too low. 6 is too low. So this is 7, 8, or 9. Oh, and it's not 9. We already proved. Right, so there's always a 3 up here. Because if there's no 3 up here, then we can't get to enough sum. Because these are immediately, just to be clear, they're from 1, 2, 3, 4. Because of this being a 7 or an 8. But therefore, one of these... and this just can't even be 4, actually, because 4, 8 would make this a 0. But yeah, one of these needs to be 3, so there's no 3 down here. And as soon as there's no 3 down here, then that means, yeah, I guess we already knew that, yeah, there's a 1 or a 2 up there. Or there's a 1 or a 2 down there. So yeah, so we need at least 2 numbers that are bigger than 4. And so 4... and so and the point is, if we don't take the 4 itself, then we sum to too much because we end up at 5 plus 7. So the 4 is on this line, and it's there, is I think what DWeb is claiming, although DWeb keeps saying something about 6, which is I don't think relevant. That's a 4, so that's a 4. So these now sum to 8, and they're either 1, 7 or 2, 6, and they can't be 1, 7 because of that now, so they're 2, 6. Oh, I see. DWeb was doing it by arithmetic instead. DWeb was doing it as 6 doesn't go here. So therefore 6 went there. I did it with a different lick of arithmetic. I did it with the arithmetic of this. I think it was equivalent at the end of the day. So these are 1, 3. And so if those are 1, 3, then that makes that an 8, which makes that a 9. Makes that a 9. That's not a 4, so that's not a 2. That 1, 5 does not look at that cell, despite the fact that I was about to claim that it did. These are a 7 and a 5, which makes that a 1 and a 7. That 1, 3 looks out and makes that a 5 and a 3. Which makes that a 1 and a 3 and a 1 and a 5, and a 7 and a 5, and a 2 and a 1, a 6 and a 2, and a 7. And I'm going to guess AFK is going to say, and now we mark. Okay, there's no 1 on here. So I either got to go with a 3 or a 7. Sorry, we've either got to go with a 4 or a 7. Except we can't go with a 4 because 4 would require a 5, and there's not a 5 on this. So this is 2, 3, 7. And we know that one's not the 3. In fact, that one just is the 3 now. So that is a 2, 7. That has made that a 5 and a 3. This digit is a something. It's a 4. So we can get rid of 4 to 7 from all of these. Might be a little much on the pencil marks. I'm not quite sure. Maybe we should hold off 1 second. Well, on doing that. Let's fill in these. Okay, that's a 6-8 pair, so that's the 1. One of these is a 3. Let's see. What about other 1s? We need a 1 in these 2 cells. Oh, and we know which one it is. We need a 1 in these 2 cells. I need a 1 up here somewhere, but I don't think I know much about it yet. One of these is... Oh, in fact, exactly that... No, that's not how that works. Oh, 1 in box 9 is placed. That's something. So there's a 1 up in one of these 2 cells. It's like, ooh, that's a 2, 5, 8, 9 quadruple I have spotted, but that is not, in fact, how any of this works. Well, the 9 in that quadruple is down here somewhere. Let's see, what about this row? 2, 5, 6, 8. And what about this row? One of these 2 is a 5 for the row, so neither of these is 5. So that means one of these is 5. Right. This cell sees this 3, 6, 8 triple, or in other words, it sees the 8 in this box. So that's a 9, making that a 9. Good spot. So one of these 2 is a 5. I don't know if that does anything yet. But it might someday. Seems likely. About these while we're at it. Box 3 has a 2 in one of these 2 cells. I agree. Let's see, what about this row? I should probably pencil mark that one as well, because these are not 2 or 7. Row 5 has a 2, 6, 8 triple, so the 2's over here, which removes 2 from these cells and places the 3 there. So no 3 over there. One of those is a 2 for sure. Oh, 3 in box 3 is just placed, which is huge because it also gets me several 1s. Okay, there's a 3 over in one of these 2 cells. 4 in column 8. Ah, it's ruled out of these two cells. There we go. Very nice. So that's a 4. So one of these two is a 4. Oh, 4 in box 9 as well. Very sneaky. So that actually places the 4 over here, which places the 4 up there. And that gets rid of all the 4s. Let's see. Does anything else leap out that has the benefit of being true? Maybe now's a good time to hit that button. Did that help? That might not have helped. I fear that didn't help. I'd certainly hit it in this column, at least. I guess I know this cell isn't a 2 or a 7. Let's see. What can the cell be, then? A lot of things... Oops. A lot of things that aren't 2 and 7, it turns out. Let's see. In box 2, that digit... that tells me this digit's not a 6. So it is a 2-7, which is nice because it tells me that's not a 2-7. That's not a 2. In fact, these two are the same digit if we are into ketchuping. I guess I can color that that's the other 6-8 and hope that that does something at some point. This is ketchup, right. Which tells me it's not 2. Which tells me this digit is not 6 or 8, because it sees both. An improvement. 2 in column 9 can only go here, I suppose. Which I think then does everything. The sudden, oops, the puzzle is done, of anti-knight. 8, 8. We can get rid of these. What a weird discovery. And such a, like, nothing here was particularly atrocious either. Like, this is, like, you can tell that this is, like, closer to a discovery than a construction by solving it, or by, for that matter, looking at the grid. But it's not like it you can tell in a way that makes it, like, horrible. Like, this is well worth, in my opinion, the enjoyment of the solve. So very neat construction there. But I am going to wrap up stream there for today. So I hope everyone has a good rest of your day, whatever time of day it happens to be there. Look forward to Artisans of Glymph coming on stream, or sorry, coming soon. Ooh, Josh sent a GG. Thank you, Josh, for your 10 jewel GG. Much appreciated. If other people want to play around with how to spend jewels to send emotes, that would be exciting. But thank you, everyone. And we'll be back soon. Bye for now.